All right, welcome back to another episode of the Power Sports Memorabilia Show. I am your host, Matt Powers. Thank you again for joining me. Please visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also, me follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs. Well, Tom Brady has retired from the NFL at the age of 67. Boy, it sure feels like Tom's been in the league for a few decades here. I think he's the only player to win a Super Bowl in what is it, 3 different decades? I mean, that's insane, especially from the quarterback position where, I mean, man, one injury, you're out, and, there's always somebody gunning for you, and it's always the highly competitive position there. But I love Tom, man. Tom and I were born in the same city. We went to the same high school, so full disclosure, I'm very, very partial to Tom Brady. And I know it's 2022 and you can identify with anything you want nowadays. So I am going to identify as Tom Brady's brother. So we're close. We're going to spend Thanksgivings together now. And he's going to be signing a whole bunch of autographs for me. And that's how it's going to go. So Tom, if you're listening, man, that's what we're going to do, man. But if you don't know, people forget Tom was actually a very good baseball player. He was a left-handed hitting catcher in high school. And actually ended up getting drafted into for the Major League Draft, which, it's a big deal, but there's literally like 10 million picks in the MLB draft. Like, if you know someone at a organization there, they'll draft you in like the 47th round. Like, it doesn't cost them anything. It's nothing. So it's a big deal, don't get me wrong, but it's not like they're, the NFL where there's only 7 rounds. Like, there's a million rounds in the MLB, but so anyway, Tom retires now. Of course, there's a huge run on his autographs and cards. And so that's what today's topic is going to be all about. Now that he's retired, what does Tom Brady's autograph future look like? And what items should we be buying? So first off, what does his autograph future look like? Well, he's probably going to be with Fanatics for quite some time, I can imagine. If you don't know, Tom is an exclusive of Fanatics, and he's a cash cow. So, and Fanatics has got billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Billions and billions and billions.
And no shortage of change on their end, and no one can pay him as much as they're paying him. They're never going to let Tom Brady go. No one is going to ever take Tom Brady away from Fanatics. Unless, and I'll get to that in just a second here, Tom Brady takes himself away from Fanatics. Tom's got his own Brady brand. And it'd be kind of interesting to see if he ever pulls like the autograph side of his brand into his own kind of, umbrella. Like where he handles all of his own autograph stuff, and you just buy it directly from his website. And I don't know. It's definitely a lot easier for him now to sign for Fanatics because they handle all the distribution and all that kind of stuff. And they've got stuff listed on the NFL's website. So I don't know. I don't know if he'd ever do that, but it'd be kind of interesting to see if he puts that under the Brady brand at some point. But now that he's retired, I do expect Tom to maybe sign a little bit more. Maybe one extra signing a year, kind of something that you would do during the season. So now that he's not playing, he's got that little bit of time there. Maybe we get one more signing out of Tom throughout the year. So that'd be good. Public autograph signings. You get this asked all the time about Tom. Is he going to do a public autograph signing at some point? No. Let me just reiterate that. No. I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I would be in line right with you guys, man. I would be forking over my $2,000 or $3,000 and get my item signed and move on. But there's just no reason to do that. Tom sells so well, and it would just be chaotic. Can you imagine if Tom Brady did like was that the National one year? Oh, jeez. Tell me you would not tell your kids, be like, listen, little Johnny, I know this private school is, really good for you, but Tom Brady's going to be at the National next year, and I've got to pull you out of school because we're going to need some money to go to Chicago and get some stuff signed. Some degenerates out there would do that. 100%. They would pull their kids out of private school so they can get some money to go get a Tom Brady autograph. Oh my gosh. Some people are doing that. Honestly, I listen. For 1 year, I couldn't blame them. It wouldn't be that. As long as you put them back into school the next year, there, I would be okay with that. But man, that's batting good at the same time. But the value of his autograph is not going down. The price is not going down. Fanatics is not going to charge anything cheaper. Fanatics likes to do this with their guys. They slowly increase the price over time. And a lot of that has to do with sometimes their contracts go up, but they like to slowly increase the price. They know who's valuable and who's not. And Tom is valuable. Okay, Tom is a 7-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time Super Bowl MVP. That's good. Those are some great stats right now. So now that we know that Tom is retired, what items should we be buying for Tom? Now, for your collection, you buy whatever you want. I say that a million times in the show, and people still ask me about that. So your collection, you do what you want. Investment angle, it's a whole different ballgame here. So, you can kind of combine the two, and a lot of people like to have their stuff go up in value that they're putting into their collection. So there's no, don't let anybody shame you for, I collect, but I also invest. Like there's people out there, well, you can't collect and invest at the same time. Well, says who? Do what you want, But so what do we buy for Tom Brady now? Well, now that we know that those Super Bowl number is and the MVP number is, it's the perfect time to pick up items with those inscriptions. Anything with 7-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time Super Bowl MVP, dual inscribed items with both of those on there are absolutely golden. Now, also keep this in mind: as athletes tend to age, they don't really want to do a whole bunch of inscriptions sometimes. As you get really older, I saw this with Tommy Lasorda and Vince Scully, I guess you could say too. Handwriting becomes kind of a challenge as you get older. Not to say Tom Brady is anywhere near that. I'm not suggesting that. But inscriptions are just not something that they're interested in doing as they get older. They just want to sign the items and move on. And this isn't true for everyone, but it's something that does happen. So something to keep in mind when you're buying Tom Brady items is if you want to get an item with an inscription now, that is definitely a great way to help hold the value of that item because his inscription price isn't going to go down at all. That's definitely going to be on the rise. Maybe not next year, maybe not the year after that, but as less inscriptions become available at each one of these signings he's doing, they're going to be highly, highly sought after. So I would be picking up any items with those kind of inscriptions. But really, any item that you like with the inscription. Okay, cool helmets are a great pickup too that aren't being made anymore. For example, like the Blaze helmets. If you can find one of those with an inscription, man, golden. Any custom-made helmet. Most of these are going to come with TriStar certs on them because Fanatics doesn't allow custom helmets at their signings. However, what people do is they customize it afterwards. Fanatics knows this, so just FYI, people do that. They send in the licensed helmet and then they customize it afterwards. Nothing I can do about that, but I think they're going to maybe make some changes there in that area there. But so custom helmets are pretty cool. I think I saw one. I think I'll try to link it up here on the YouTube page. I made a video on one that was a half Michigan and half Patriots one. And I've done a video on that one. I'll put it up here, but it's absolutely stunning. Like, those are kind of cool. I mean, unique stuff like that. There's not a whole bunch of those out there. But again, helmets and jerseys are only going to start costing more in the future. Plastic is going to be going up in pricing. Labor is going to be going up in pricing. People sewing these jerseys together. So anything like that is going to be a solid pickup right now due to the cost of goods rising. Super Bowl footballs can be tough to find sometimes. Any limited edition item, of course. And this is another common question we get about Tom Brady. What teams are going to hold the best value on him? Is it going to be Bucks? Is it going to be Patriots and Michigan stuff? Listen, I know the Bucks are sexy right now. They got some cool unique stuff. He played there most recently. It's going to be the Patriots stuff. He won 6 Super Bowls with them. Okay, get over it. That's the answer right there. It's going to be the Patriots stuff. You got to get Patriots stuff if you want to kind of hold the most value over time. Not to say the Bucks stuff is not going to have value. It definitely 100% is. But look at it this way with like Joe Montana. If Joe Montana had won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, what would that stuff be like and as opposed to like his 49ers stuff, okay? Still very popular. Obviously, Chiefs fans are rabid fans. We love our Chiefs around here. But it's not going to be compared on the national scales versus his 49ers stuff. And remember, with Brady, we're only buying Fanatics or TriStar authenticated autographs. with the numbered hologram on there, and it's in the respective databases. Yes, holograms for any company can be fake, so just do your homework on the autograph and make sure everything's in that database there. But TriStars, who we signed with before Fanatics, so their stuff is good. The new Brady stuff, I've talked about this before, is really, really cool. It comes with that notarized letter of authenticity, which is so cool. I love those things. Anything to separate, out, the frauds and whatnot, and make it harder for people to do to fraudulently make these certs and these holograms and all that kind of stuff. Love that. Anything we can do there, that's a big, big bonus. Also, keep in mind, too, Tom Brady is very, very difficult to do in-person autographs. He rarely, if ever, signs at games or at training camp, and he's got a super sloppy in-person autograph. Very tough to third-party authenticate. If you find something that's cheap, that's third-party authenticated, it's a real sloppy autograph, you're really taking chances there. So I would strongly suggest buying something that's TriStar or Fanatics authenticated. So I hope you guys liked this episode. Again, don't forget to visit the website, powersportsmemorabilia.com. Also give you a follow over there on Instagram at Powers Autographs, and I will see you on the next episode.